Good morning, students. I am Rupali Sharma from Vashisht Public School, Una. I hope you all have enjoyed the holidays and now it is the time for study again. So, as you know that we had completed chapter number 8 of Footprints Without Feet, and today we are going to start chapter number 9 of the same book, and the name of the chapter is Bholi. So bete, let me tell you about the chapter Bholi. That in this chapter the main character is Ram Lal, who had 7 children, 3 sons and 4 daughters, and Bholi was the youngest one. And from her very childhood she was neglected at home. Why did her teacher take special interest in her, and when she was sent to school the teacher showed a great interest in Bholi. Did Bholi measure up to her teacher's expectation? Means did she fulfill the expectations of the teacher? So let us read and find out. Her name was Sulekha, but since her childhood everyone had been calling her Bholi, the simpleton. So the name of the girl was Sulekha, but from the childhood she had gained a nickname that was Bholi. She was the 4th daughter of Nambardar Ram Lal. Her father was the Nambardar of the village and his name was Ram Lal. When she was 10 years old, she had fallen off the cot on her head, and perhaps it had damaged some part of her brain. So, at the age of 10, an accident damaged a part of her brain. That was why she remained a backward child and came to be known as Bholi, the simpleton. At birth, the child was very fair and pretty. At the time of birth, the child was very beautiful, but when she was 2 years old, she had an attack of smallpox. At the age of 10 months, she faced an accident, and again at the age of 2, she had an attack of smallpox. Only the eyes were saved, but the entire body was permanently disfigured by deep black pock marks, and the smallpox left its marks on the body and face of the little girl. Little Sulekha could not speak till she was 5, and when at last she learned to speak, she stammered. Stammer means the one who is not able to speak properly. The other children often made fun of her and mimicked her. Mimicked means other children used to copy her. As a result, she talked very little. और उसको पता था कि मेरी कॉपी करेंगे, मेरी इंसल्ट करेंगे, तो वो बहुत कम बोलती थी. Ramlal had 7 children, 3 sons and 4 daughters, and the youngest of them was Bholi. It was a prosperous farmer's household and there was plenty to eat and drink. Ramlal was a very prosperous farmer and the household had a lot to eat and drink. So all the children except Bholi were healthy and strong. The sons had been sent to the city to study in schools and later in colleges. So as the people at in those times were narrow-minded, so all the 6 children were healthy except this Bholi, who was the 7th one, and the daughters were not sent to schools, but the sons were sent to good schools and colleges. Of the daughters, Radha, the eldest, had been already married. The second daughter, Mangala's marriage had also been settled, and when that was done, Ramlal would think of the third, Champa. They were good-looking, healthy girls, and it was not difficult to find bridegrooms for them. Bridegrooms होते हैं दूल्हे. So as all the girls were very beautiful, pretty, good looking, so it was not a difficult task to find the suitable matches for these daughters. But Ramlal was worried about Bholi. She had neither good looks nor intelligence. But Bholi was neither beautiful nor intelligent. Bholi was 7 years old when Mangla was married. The same year, a primary school for girls was opened in their village. So, when Mangla got married, at that time, Bholi was 7 years old, and at that time, till that time, there was no primary school for girls in that village, and in that very year, a primary school for the girls was opened. The Tehsildar Sahib came to perform its opening ceremony. For inauguration, the Tehsildar came. He said to Ramlal, as a revenue official, you are the representative of the government in the village, and so you must set an example to the villagers. You must send your daughters to school. So the Tehsildar said to the Nambardar, who was Ramlal, that as you are the representative of the government in the village, so it's your responsibility to set an example for the other villagers by sending your own daughter to school. That night when Ramlal consulted his wife, she cried, "Are you crazy? If girls go to school, who will marry them?" So at that time, the people's thoughts were like, if the girls would go to school, then no one would marry them. But Ramlal had not the courage to disobey the Tehsildar. The Tehsildar was the higher official, and no one had the courage to disobey him. At last, his wife said, "I will tell you what to do. Send Bholi to school. As it is, there is little chance of her getting married. With her ugly face and lack of sense, let the teachers at school worry about her." So the wife of Ramlal finally decided and said to her husband that, "Don't worry about this matter. Send Bholi to school, as she is not intelligent and she has very few sense of humor. So let the teachers think about what to do with her." The next day, Ramlal caught Bholi by the hand and said, "Come with me, I will take you to school." And next day, Ramlal took Bholi to school. Bholi was frightened. She did not know what a school was like. She remembered how a few days ago the old cow Lakshmi had been turned out of the house and sold. "No, no, no, no," she shouted in terror and pulled her hand away from her father's grip. Now she remembered that before some days their cow Lakshmi had been sent out of the house and she was sold. So Bholi was thinking that the same is going to happen with her also. So she was terrified and shouting, "No, what's the matter with you, fool?" shouted Ramlal. Ramlal shouted, "Are you a fool? What are you doing? I am only taking you to school." Then he told his wife, "Let her wear some decent clothes today, or else what will the teachers and the other school girls think of us when they see her?" So Ramlal told her wife to get Bholi ready for school by making her wear a beautiful dress. New clothes had never been made for Bholi. Bholi had never worn new clothes. The old dresses of her sisters were passed on to her. No one cared to mend or wash her clothes. But today she was lucky to receive a clean dress which had shrunk after many washings and no longer fitted Champa. Now, today, Bholi was wearing that dress which was worn by Champa at some time. She was even bathed, and oil was rubbed into her dry and matted hair. And on that day, her hair also got a wash, and even the hair were oiled also. Only then did she begin to believe that she was being taken to a place better than her home. And when she was made to wear new clothes, at that time she understood that she was being taken to a beautiful place. When they reached the school, the children were already in their classrooms. Ramlal handed over his daughter to the headmistress. Left alone, the poor girl looked about her with fear-laden eyes, and when she found herself among many girls, she was again fear-filled. There were several rooms, and in each room, girls like her squatted on mats, reading from books or writing on slates. The headmistress asked Bholi to sit down in a corner in one of the classroom, and Bholi was also made to sit in one classroom. So I think that's enough for today. Tomorrow we'll continue with the reading of the chapter. Till then, bye students. Have a nice day. Thank you.